Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Hernandez and I'm going to be showing you all the alphabet books that I picked out for this week's assignment. I'm going to start off with The Very Hungry Caterpillar's ABCs by Eric Carle, which is an author that a lot of us are pretty familiar with, I'm sure. He is also the illustrator of this one. This one, as I already mentioned, is an alphabet book, an ABC book, and the purpose of this one is for letter recognition. It is pretty basic. The purpose of it is just to essentially just show the letters, and it fits the criteria for an alphabet book because it is so basic. It just has the letter and one object shown, which is how they're supposed to be, which is some of the criteria for a good alphabet book. So it's not confusing for little ones. As you can see, it's just for the letter C. There's just a caterpillar and the word caterpillar. Not a lot of pictures, nothing to get confusing on there. For the letter D, there's dog. Um, E is eagle, and so on and so forth. I will admit there's a couple on here that I didn't really care for. One being for the G, it's a gull, which I don't know any small child that refers to this as a gull. I'm pretty sure any child would see it and call it a bird. So that one, I wasn't a big fan of that for an ABC book. And there is another one, another bird, go figure. Granted, it would be difficult, I'm sure, to find a lot of Q words, but this one, I'm not even familiar with this. A Quetzal, I guess? Um, I don't know, maybe you guys know what this is. I'm not familiar with this type of bird. But again, most children would see that and just call it a bird as opposed to the actual name of it. So, like I said, there's a few that I wasn't really thrilled with as far as the words in there. But, I like the general premise of the book, the P for penguin. I like the layout of the book in general. It's a nice board book and it's pretty simple. Um, as far as the literary elements, there's obviously no plot or setting or characters in there. It's pretty basic. Um, it would be good for language development for young children, getting to recognize their letters and, you know, starting to use some of these words that they may or may not be familiar with, but getting a chance to use some of these words. So that is my first book. The next one I want to show you all is African Animals ABC, an Alphabet Safari. This one is by Sarah, I think it's Shwedi. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that. And there's not an illustrator with this one because this one actually contains real pictures of African animals. So on the back of the book, there's actually photo credits, but there's many photographers listed, so I'm gonna save time and not read off all the photographers, but they are listed on the back page. So, but basically, this one again is an alphabet book. The purpose of this one is, it's letter recognition, but it's also an informative book, because as you can see, we'll just start here with the letter A. A is for aardvark, and then it says aardvarks live in burrows that they dig with their claws. Using their long sticky tongues, aardvarks catch termites and ants. And it has a picture of an aardvark. So with this book, you get to learn the letter A, and then learn an animal that starts with the letter A, and learn a little bit about that animal. And it's the same with, of course, all the different letters. As you go through the book, there's a different animal for each letter, and it has a little bit of information for each individual animal. So I thought this one was pretty fun. My girls actually thought this one was pretty cool when I brought it home. They were quick to pick this one up and sort through it because they both like learning about animals, so they thought this one was pretty neat. So they decided to go through it on their own, even without me. So we thought this one was pretty cool. This one would be good for cognitive development. It's a good learning book. There's lots of new information that can be learned in here that a lot of children wouldn't be familiar with. It would be a lot of new information for them about a lot of different animals. So there's a lot that can be learned in this book. Um, as far as the literary elements, again, there's not really a plot to it. It's more individualized, just factoids about animals. The setting, it is all about African animals, so I guess you could say the setting could be considered in Africa. Um, but there's not necessarily like a setting as far as like a story goes. So, but that one is, like I said, African Animal ABC and African, or an Animal Alphabet Safari, sorry. So that is my second book. And then my third alphabet book is called Shiver Me Letters, A Pirate ABC. It's written by June Sobel and illustrated by Henry Cole. This one is again an alphabet book, and basically what this one is about is it's a cute little story about some pirates who already have the letter R, of course, but they want to be really tough pirates, so they want to collect a lot more letters besides the letter R. So they decide to go on a little adventure and collect all the letters they can find. So it starts, I'll read a little bit from the beginning. It's a super cute book. But it starts, "R," roared the captain. "R's not enough. We need other letters to help make us tough. Let's sail far away to find ABCs. Bring me back D's, E's, F's, and some G's." "R," cried the crew. "R, we agree. Let's look for an A and a B and a C." They set up their sails and followed the wind. Spying an island, they toothlessly grinned. "Land ho!" yelled the pirates as they rowed to the west. "Capture those letters. Let's make it our quest." And then from that point on, that's kind of the introduction to the story. And then from that point on, it goes in alphabetical order, one letter at a time. So from there, it's splash, the anchor went into an A. A B floated by on the crystal clear bay. In the sand sat a cannonball, carved with a C. They dug for doubloons and scooped up a D. E escaped down from one pirate's pierced ear. His mate raised a flag and found F. Give a cheer. So I won't read the whole thing, but as you can see, it goes in alphabetical order from that point on, and you follow the characters as they go and collect all the letters so they can be tough pirates and have all the letters of the alphabet. So this one's really super cute. I liked it a lot. My girls are both a little old for alphabet books, so they thought it was cute, but they thought they were a little too old for it. So it's probably meant for slightly younger girls than mine, or slightly younger kids than mine, rather, not girls. But so this one, the purpose of this book is a narrative story, but it also is good for recognition, for recognizing the letters, since it does show the letters one by one, and it does go through the alphabet. As far as development, this one would be good for, I think, for language development because of like the rhyming words. I always think that's good for language development. It helps, the rhyming is something that that kids always can use to help develop their language skills. So, and then for the literary elements, this one does, of course, have a plot, like I explained. The whole story is them trying to go around and collect the letters and try and be tough pirates. The setting, it's all set on like the beach and on their ship. So it's set in a couple of different places, but mostly on the beach and in their ship. And then the characters are this whole little group of pirates, and they're kind of a whole group of animals. There's a crocodile and a pig, and there's a bunch of random animals, as you can see. So there's a whole little group of pirates. So this one has a whole bunch of literary elements to it. So this one was a really fun book. I really enjoyed this one myself. I could see myself definitely using this for younger grades, especially probably kindergarten and first especially, I think would really enjoy this one. So those are my alphabet books for this presentation. I hope you guys really enjoyed them, and thank you so much.